So this is the OBSBOT Meet 2, and full disclosure, they have sent me this out for review, and we are planning a little bit of sponsored content later on this season, so look out for that. But this look at the OBSBOT Meet 2 is not a sponsored video in itself. It really is tiny, isn't it? I have used the Tiny 2, which is a 4K webcam like this one, but it's mounted on a pan and tilt axis, whereas this one is just designed to either screw into a tripod or sit on its little magnetic base like this on the top of a monitor, like so. Couldn't be easier, really. And you've got a little bit of play in that, so you can tilt it around like so as well. I was really impressed with the Tiny 2 with its quality. These are generally quite small censored webcams here, but OBSBOT have clearly worked hard to make sure you get good colors and good quality crisp 4K footage out of it. So let's just check it out and see what the image and sound quality is like for it. And the point is, because it is 4K, it can actually go ahead and do a certain amount of panning around the image without a massive loss of quality. Most live streams you're doing aren't going to be in 4K quality, or meetings of course. They're likely to be down to 1080p. And you do get a little USB-C to USB-A adapter there, so it should just plug and play straight into my computer here. If I can just pop it on top of that, I'll do for now. And there we are, that's basically the same angle. I've just got it on top of my previous camera. What do you think of that? Hopefully it's just recording. I have done absolutely nothing. I haven't touched the settings or anything like that in the Windows camera. And also it does have their own app that you can control with all the things and the framing within it and things like frame rate. So I'll check that out in a moment. But what do we need from a camera this size? We need it to look okay, and that does look pretty darn good. And we need it to sound okay for meetings. It needs to be better than what you get on the top of a laptop. That's an acceptable footage for any meeting, acceptable sound quality. Far better certainly than what I've got on the top of my laptop. So now I'm filming within the OBSBOT Center here on the computer, and I've got access to all the controls, for instance, which mic I'm using. So if I don't want to use the onboard one, but want to use the USB mic, for instance, then that's a possibility there. And I can go ahead and I can zoom in and out if I wish, or I can let it track me as well by doing auto framing here. And you can see now it's going to, well, choose what I want. That's group mode. It's not going to make much sense now because it's all just me in a kind of medium-ish shot here. But you can do upper body and it should just decide to zoom out or close up, and it'll decide to frame me a bit closer. So you've got the options there.
Or you can just take full control of how you want it framed at any given time.
And the best way to keep those full controls and then use that in a meeting is to set that up as a virtual webcam. So your meeting can just access that program, that image, as if it is a webcam. It's just pretty impressive for such a small device, isn't it? Back to the normal camera, I think that at this price point, OBSBOT are really getting high quality out of some really small sensors here. I'm always quite surprised at how good it looks compared to what I'm used to at such a small sensored camera. It's half an inch CMOS sensor, so that is small even by sort of high quality phone standards, but they still manage to get good colors out of it. They've even put phase detect autofocus in it, which is good. And for me, what I'm expecting to do with this is just simply have a tiny little camera that I can go ahead and I can attach in different places. It could easily be this top-down shot instead, and that would be really quite good enough. Certainly better than an inexpensive visualizer or phone camera. So good news. And sure, it's not going to compete with the £5,000 worth of Canon R5, but still, at this price point, it's pretty good.